everybody.
So,
Welcome to This, That, and the Other. I'm your trusty guide, Bryan. This is my sick as a motherfucker co-host.
Sam's not doing too well.
Ugh. Sick. Came into the fucking studio sick.
Yeah.
Now we're all going to get sick.
I don't think I've ever left the studio.
He's going to get Jane sick. He's going to get all of us sick. This is episode 8.
I believe so. Episode 8.
Hopefully you guys got a chance to look over last week's episode, which was frankly one of our best in my opinion, with the great Keith Obit.
Keith was great, man. I really like Keith. He comes by every once in a while and stays with us while he's out here, and I love that guy.
Good guy. So that was a really great episode. And I'm thinking by this point, if you guys have found us through the new discovery thing on iTunes, because I'm waiting on approval back from the thing, for our JPEGs and all that stuff. So we're going to start getting, this is a whole different avenue. We're going to have new people who are just discovering us the way they would through anything else, and they're, based on this, that, and the other. So there's some weirdo out there who's like, oh, what would be cool? Just to look up a random, named thing.
So they just go scroll just seeing what's out there and be like, I wonder what this, that, and the other is.
The discovery thing on Instagram, where it's showing you a bunch of other stuff, and so that's what it's going to be like on iTunes, and it's going to be like that on Spotify, and so we're gonna get all types of. So hello everybody from all the corners of the earth.
I'm trying to find my sound effects.
It's all right. You're sick. I'm gonna give you a pass on this one. So,
well, I found like most of them, it's just I don't know why I don't have clapping. What is up?
So, we're also trying a brand new angle. I'm sure you guys, for those of you who are listening, we have our table usually set up in a Action Bronson manner.
I thought that was just because I was sick.
Yeah. But we actually have it the other way. So if you're just listening and you're not watching, go ahead and check us out on YouTube. We have a whole different setup. There's lights everywhere, and we have a whole bunch of women who show up and they do burlesque dancing in the background.
Oh, dude,
it's great.
It's really cool.
It's
like a rap video, except we're just podcasting.
Yeah. It's like a Wu-Tang rap video. But other than that, what any news, any updates?
The week. I guess I'm joining this writers group, so that's been kind of cool.
Nice,
I sat in on it last night, trying not to cough on all these people because we were all kind of sitting close to each other. I felt bad. I'm the new guy and I'm all sick, and it was cool. We just writers group stuff. Nice. We read some scripts. I'm gonna have one-on-ones.
Who's the dude who's teaching it again?
Joe Bratcher. He's been in a few movies. He's a writer. He's apparently had this writing group that's kind of like an exclusive writing group for 30 years. Right. And I kind of got an in with it. So I'm taking the opportunity and going forward. He shushed me last night. It was funny. Nice. I got shushed for the first time in a classroom in a long time.
Nice.
I got all red in the face. I felt it.
Gotta learn,
Yeah, I felt it. I already know who I don't like. I already know who's cool.
Yeah.
It's back in high school with a bunch of writers from ages. It looked like mid-20s to late 60s.
Damn, the dream's alive all across the globe.
Everyone from different avenues, different levels. It was cool. I enjoyed it, and I'm going to enjoy going back.
Nice. That's clapping.
I'm trying to find my clap thing. Sorry, I'm drinking I have ginger honey tea. Thank you to our trustee Jean. For helping me out there.
Yeah, keeping him alive. I cannot find my notes for this week.
Dude, I'm having a hard time finding my shit right now. I think it's because I'm trying to talk.
It's contagious. Let's see. My hand's getting better, which I'm happy about, but I still need to go to the doctor and have that x-rayed. We're up getting, He
got mauled by a cougar. Because he's the guy who actually killed that cougar on that hike.
That dude's skinny. Did you see him? He's like a skinny dude.
But that fucking thing was 30 pounds.
He's like 160
It was
wet.
30 pounds.
Was it 30 pounds?
Yeah, it wasn't that big. Yeah, it was like a fat house cat. He got cut the fuck up. No, I mean, I'm not going to tell you. But he had enough time to hold it on the ground, stick his foot on its neck, and press down. He wasn't choking it.
I mean, yeah, from what I read, though, it was
his hand was caught in it.
It was over, like, 20 seconds maybe. Like,
yeah.
He rolled and he got him and then he just put his foot on his throat.
Yeah, just fucking smashed it.
30 pounds, I guess, if you have knives and shit. Yeah, I don't know where
Dude, 30 pounds with 4 appendages and another head with Fucking razors? No, man, that's dangerous. I don't want to. I've been cut up by a cat before, so I can't imagine a 30-pound.
Imagine a 30-pound wildcat.
Yeah,
was it
like,
30 pounds? That doesn't sound right.
That's what I heard. They were talking
right.
about Joe Rogan and them, and they were talking about, or no, was it Brendan Schaub talking about that? The breakdown.
We're operating without any like major computer, so.
Oh yeah, here, you want me to look it up?
No. I mean, whichever. It doesn't matter. I'm looking it up on my phone right now. But anyways, that was about it. Super quick, pretty much week update. Not anything else too much.
Yeah. What's up with you? What's new?
That's just my hand.
Your hand?
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Got a whole bunch of editing kind of set up. And just getting, now that we have everything sort of stocked up a little bit more and we're breathing, I can actually start focusing on sending more stuff out and getting back into the open mics, and because we're now within a position now where we're kind of breathing sort of a little bit easier, and we're caught up on all of our episodes and everything like that for the most part.
Well, with our computer and everything, our render time is
it's been cut down. But what's the weight though?
I'm looking.
I don't think it's gonna tell you the weight.
During the struggle,
30 pounds is not. I mean, I guess it's big. It's whatever. It's Mina coming after you, but it doesn't sound like it was a 30-pound cat. It sounds like it was like a 60-pound cat, like a pretty solid sized cat. That's Khalees coming after you as a cat. Like,
maybe it was starving. Maybe that went after him.
Well, they tell you because coyotes are always in the area, and so they're like, whenever you see a coyote, you got to honk at them or try and drive towards them because they, that's the only way that they're gonna learn not to be down here.
Yeah, I've seen a few of them, and I just kind of.
I always honk at them and drive at them.
I just drive by.
Gotta tell them no. We'll drive at them and be like.
I'm not gonna drive at them. I'm trying to dodge them.
They gotta get I'm
coming around those corners on the canyon road. So when I come around and he's there, like he's already like.
But you're not supposed to swerve even doing that though. You know that, right? Like that's what they tell you. You're supposed to drive straight through. You risk yourself more swerving than you do driving through.
Well, I don't swerve like a madman. I'm
I'm
taking turns.
Just for the future, because Yeah, you're not supposed to swerve. Like. You'll flip it. And in them hills, fool, in that truck.
Bro, I'm not going that fast.
All right, I'm just saying. Just kill the bug is what I'm saying. Or kill the
No,
the
because
fox.
you'll just hit it sometimes and it won't be dead. So now you just fucking injured something.
It's either the fox or it's you.
You have to go kill it if you don't kill it.
Then I'm okay, we'll do that then.
That's what I think. I'm like, if I hit it, I have to go check to see if it's dead. Because if it's not dead, I have to put it out of its misery. I did not just put something through that much suffering. Because I'm the idiot. I'm the human that decided to fucking make a 2-ton machine.
Are you stopping to check your car first?
No.
Or are you chopping?
Well, yeah, I'll stop and do. Well, no.
That's my question. Do you think
it depends
right off the bat?
It depends on what it is.
Because then you hit the car, you hit the thing, and then you go, mother.
You stop,
and you're sitting there and you're cursing yourself out, and you're like, God damn it.
Yeah.
And then you get out of the car. What do you do first? Do you run to the animal or do you check your car? Go.
Animal.
Liar.
No. Because again. No, dude, I hit a dog with my bumper. I wasn't going 60 miles an hour straight and hitting an animal, which would fucking shred everything. Yeah. I'm taking a turn. It's less than 25 miles an hour. I hit it.
You're hitting
bang.
That slow up in the hills? I meant like speed-wise?
Dude, if I'm taking that turn, that's usually when they pop up. Because like if they're way down there, they're already gone by the time I get there.
I'm not saying like if I see a coyote out there and I'm doing a reasonable amount of speed, obviously I'm not going to try and hit the fucker. Like I'm going to slow down and then I'm going to honk or do whatever to get him out of the way. But if I'm cranking it.
If I get out of the car, the first thing I look at right there is the animal. I don't have to walk around to see the animal. I have to walk around to see my bumper. So the first thing I would actually see is the animal. If he's,
you're going
is he
that
dead?
Slow. Okay. See, in my mind, when I'm telling you the example, you're cranking it. You're doing like 35.
But you drive like an asshole.
Well, in a 35 zone, I'm saying like where you're cranking it at a speed where there's no way for you to avoid it. You're not going to swerve.
But it's not going to fuck up your bumper.
That's what I'm saying is I'll be the guy who admits it. I guess I'm going to check.
But you have a low car. I have a truck. You know, my bumper's higher.
I would check the car first. It sounds silly. I mean, it sounds mean, but I'll check the animal. Obviously, I'm gonna put the animal down if it has to happen.
Nah.
But my priority at that point is fucking stupid animal.
Well, it's not even your car. So.
You know, any car, my car, anybody's car.
I don't know, man. I've gotten out of a car. I wasn't driving when we hit an animal. It was a cat, and
you checked the animal. You were the passenger.
Well, no. We hit. We stopped up ahead. I got out. I looked at the animal down there. You know.
What did they do?
Freak out, cry.
Did they check the car?
We checked the car. Yeah, we checked the car.
But you get what I'm saying, right? Like my point is as us, the first thing we're gonna do is one, make sure we're Gucci.
Yeah.
Number two, get out of the car. check around for whatever's first.
Yeah, it's just that my issue again with it's just I hate.
It's just dangerous.
I hate hearing stories about hitting an animal and it's there and it's not dead.
I know it's horrible, but what I'm saying is,
but then I have nightmares about what would I do if he wasn't? Am I just gonna fucking step on his neck, run him over again?
You just step on his neck the way Homeboy did with the cougar, and you just hold like I don't.
See, this is why I want a gun.
What are you gonna do? You're just gonna fucking bust a cap in him,
right in the head,
and then just book it like.
Well, no, I mean, I just wish it was kind of the Wild West where like there was some animal that needs to be put down.
I'm just saying, if you for your safety, what I'm telling you is,
bro, if I was on, let's say if I was on a freeway,
hit that animal,
and a fucking, let's say a cat or a dog fucking smashed into me, by the time I could even stop, the first thing I'm looking at is the car because I'm way down the line from even the animal, and second, it's a high enough speed where I know I damaged some shit. No, you didn't move it. You're good.
No, okay.
But you know you damaged some shit. But like 35 miles an hour, you might have dented your bumper in, but it's not a deer.
Yeah, I feel you. Oh yeah, we were talking about coyotes.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. A little bony, like
still though. Anyways, so that was 5 minutes of me saying be careful on the road. And
you telling me to be careful on the road. You know, okay, here's a little story.
But I haven't hit
Here's a little story I would like to tell everybody.
Any animals?
Here, you want to know a little story?
What
guys?
is it? It's not the old lady crossing.
No. Remember the time we were driving and because Bryan likes to ride people's asses. Bryan's a little quick, zippy.
Oh, the mattress thing?
Yes.
Oh, that's a good one. That is a good one.
So I asked Bryan. Yes, you can hear James.
This is like a matter of like this is like when people talk about like feet and the metric system.
I don't know why. Did someone tell you this thing?
No, yeah, somebody told me.
They were wrong.
Told me. Actually, Jane, can you check this one? I bumped into it by accident.
So he's driving, and I go, "Hey, man, you got to stay at least 2 car lengths behind someone, like at least at this speed, like maybe 3 or 4." And he's like, "It's mattress lengths."
Yeah, 100%.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And we had this large, or not even like, huge discussion. It was an argument, but
Genuine
it was just like
confusion. I was like, no, dude, like
fucking car lengths, man.
It's like a mattress length.
That's like saying I'm 12 hot dogs tall.
Yeah.
And that's where our thing started on that. It's like, oh, well, you know, you could just make any system.
Yeah, you can, but no, I swear.
Well, no,
I swear.
It's gotta be car lengths because you're talking about cars. You're in a car. Like,
it makes sense. Now that I look back on it, obviously,
like I would get it. I get it if in the house you're like, well, how far away from the door was it? You're like, 2 mattress lengths. Yeah.
Right.
That makes more
sense. Who was the person that described it to me as being like, oh, a mattress length?
Yeah, who said that to you?
I don't know, man. But it was there. Somebody said it to me. But yeah, that was right.
How do you guys different? Do you guys say mattress lengths or?
Yeah, studio audience. Studio audience. All right. Well, that's the weekly update. I'm trying to think. I mean, that's pretty much it. That and getting trying to wait for submissions so that we can start posting these podcasts on the on the interweb so that people.
But I mean,
so people can start downloading us.
Yeah,
downloading us.
I'm trying to find a clap. I've lost my claps.
I mean, you got like a billion sound effects.
That's what I'm saying. I'm looking at there's like every sci-fi canon.
One of them. All right, so now this goes into a classic episode of Rant Corner. Oh,
I don't even know what that was.
All right, that's Tiger.
I'm just gonna do fucking music. I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I mean, music. You can do music or. I mean, whatever you're feeling.
Whatever I'm feeling?
Whatever you're... Well, I mean, for the most part. Remember, we got like that 20-second...
It's not. It's literally a second.
Or like 10. All right. Rant Corner. Hi. Hello. And welcome to Rant Corner.
So, what do you have to rant about?
All right, dog. You ready for this shit?
I guess so.
You ready for this shit?
You have a whole fucking rant there.
No. Well, I legit had something in here... But like oh my god, I had so much shit in here that I and sometimes I forget to delete stuff because some of it like is stuff that I try and like work on like little bits and shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
But
okay.
So you want to rant? You got a rant?
I do have a mini rant.
A mini rant?
I have a tiny mini rant.
Okay.
All right. All right. Here's my mini rant. Mini rant. I was like, does he have like another key that he's about to like switch over to or something?
No.
Okay, so here's my rant, right? And because this isn't a podcast about talking about, you know, pop culture or what have you or anything crazy like that. You know what I mean? It's whatever. But it has to do with how quickly the switch went when the suspicion started coming up for Homeboy lying about what happened.
Oh, what's his name?
Smuley or whatever. I'm going to call him Shmuley.
But what's his full name? So at least the podcasters know what we're talking about. It's that guy from Empire.
I mean, yeah.
It's a dude from Empire that wasn't happy with his salary.
Whatever his excuse was, my I guess rant or concern out of that whole thing is how
we can sway so hard.
Yeah, like, and how it was so quick for everybody to like flip out and turn on each other in like a heartbeat, and then like,
well, no one turned on each other; they turned on him because at first, what happened was
I meant at the beginning, like at the beginning when he started. Because
everyone is in out that we're deep in this outrage culture right now. Outrage culture started a few years ago, and now we're deep in that hole.
Yeah, I mean, it's just I think, but for me, this whole fucking example is like
Do you think that was a setup too, in a way? Like they're really blowing this up because like the other side wants it to be like, no, there's no problem. See, like people lie. Like the lie makes anybody who says anything after that not credible.
No, man, you know me. The earth is hollow. You know what I'm saying? Like I believe a lot of things, or I know, I have conspiracies on a lot of things.
He doesn't really believe that.
Like, that dude got busted, and like you can see it plain as day.
Yeah,
like
he got
caught.
But what I'm saying is, how many other people have done that to try to further their career?
Well, that's the thing. You know what I mean? Like that goes to show you. Like,
I'm sorry, but I gotta say this cold is giving me kind of a good radio voice. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. It's not too big of a rant. Like I think it's just.
It's more of an observation.
So quickly, like
it's more of an observation than a rant.
Yeah,
what you're telling me right now.
I mean, yeah, because I haven't personally experienced it out there right now. You know what I mean? With all
any kind of racism.
Or any, like, it's not like I'm walking around and I'm hearing people talking about this and we're bumping into each other and we're having discussions and there aren't people going, no, I believe him, and someone else is going, oh,
there's no. It's blatant at this point.
Yeah.
It's blatant. Like people who beat him up.
I guess my rant is us talking about it almost. Not you and me talking about it, but the people. Like at this point,
how the people react to it. No, so essentially what I was telling you at the beginning was true. You're upset at the sway and how hard people are hitting on subjects and
it's over.
One day it's this and then the next day there's new information and it's bam. So I mean,
we should just be done with it. We should be done with it, and we should just be like, okay.
Well, the world, and see, the thing is like people are giving social media this huge world. It makes it like that is the reality. Like someone said something, oh, it's the truth, and people have forgotten that that's a small part of the world, and you could take one sentence and make it the biggest truth, and it's really weird. So I don't know, man. Social media to me, it's. I almost want to explain it like it's explosive. It makes things pop when it shouldn't. Like people should not have really reacted. Like, yeah, we should have been upset that he got fucked up like that. But there's bigger fish to fry.
Yeah, there's missing people out there.
There's missing people out there. Missing, dog, and just like they said, like they spent so many man hours on this guy.
What's up with Syria? You know what I mean? Like, what's going on? What's going on with a lot of stuff, B? Like,
yeah, I mean, no,
I'm just so over it. I think that's my rant. Is I'm over pop culture almost.
Yes,
which is funny because we do.
Well,
like, I guess we're kind of our observations are based on that, but I'm just kind of over it. Like, when can the aliens show up? You know what I mean? Like, when can?
Well, Reagan's been telling us that for a while.
You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't? It's almost like you need a bigger, badder fish so that everybody can bond together and be like, yo, kill that.
Well,
fish.
It used to be. This cave against that cave, and then this town against that town or village, and then the town, city, country, and at this point now we're almost a full world. So,
but the only times that we've ever been able to do anything productive has been when aliens have shown up, or
when we all hated Nazis, or when we all,
Well, the Renaissance, getting out of the Dark Ages, the pyramids being built.
That's just technology.
The times when them fools showed up.
Yeah.
And that's when everybody all worked together for that 1,000 years.
No, you know what it is? It's just like the 1900s when when industry started up, it made things faster. So essentially the Renaissance was a period of where technology got better. They had running water. They had running water. No, right after medieval times. Now, the stuff that got us out of medieval times was technology and sewage and shit like that. Like because medieval time, there was no fucking...
There's no way to get fresh water.
Not aqueducts. I just mean like for taking a shit. Like There was no sewers.
Right.
And aqueducts.
What came
that's
first,
way before
aqueducts or sewers?
Aqueducts.
Aqueducts
Yeah.
came first.
Yeah.
They
Aqueducts
had
was
to move the water in.
move the water from one place who had water to the town.
But there was no sewage system.
There was barely.
Right.
Barely. No, the Romans and Greeks had sewage, but it was super elite. You know, it's not every town had it.
Right.
You know, it was kind of like very, very basic.
But they so wait, hold on. Right, okay. I'm thinking about my timeline. Yeah, the Romans were way before the dark times, the medieval times.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Rome like fell in like 548 or something.
They were the ones who were occupying Jerusalem and all that.
And then the 1300s is when everything starts happening with the Crusades and everything.
And then the Renaissance period, what is it, 1600s?
Right, with all the paintings and the shit.
That got better. Again, like I said, these cities started figuring out, you know, water. They had better technology. The arts were getting better.
They already knew how to move water, though, because of the
they already knew how to bring water to a town.
Right, yeah.
But people would just throw their shit from buckets out into the streets, and the streets were concave like this, and it would just just
drain everything
drain down. But like it was in the streets, it was everywhere. You shit in buckets at home.
That's gangster.
You know, as opposed to like a hole that had water or some shit like that. Like
right.
But that's why there was a jump in. That's why humanity jumped up, is because there was that same exact reason why railway system made humanity really jump. And
right.
Steam engines and things like that. That just made it so that by the time we got to the 1900s and factories, then it was, you know, the more time we could get to places faster. Once we had cars, we could do things like, you know, fly, blimps, and whatever the fuck. And things just escalate. So now here we are, the technology age, from the 90s on up, or early 80s on up, we've jumped drastically.
Right.
So now we're making chips that are the size of atoms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy. So that's the only reason. There was no aliens. It was just jump of technology, or jump of figuring something out.
Finding electricity. The aliens hooked us up with that. You know what I mean?
They're like,
but everything else, I'll give us that. Yeah, for sure. No aliens showed up and taught us how to fucking clean sewers and shit. You know what I mean? Like,
no, they weren't like, hey, maybe you shouldn't shit on yourselves. And like,
maybe they were just
clean your hands.
Look, homies, like just take that power that's popping down from the clouds and just.
They didn't even know about germs till like 1860, 1870.
I think a little earlier than that. I think a little.
I just wrote that germaphobe fucking thing from my germaphobe Western thing.
When did germs get discovered?
I think it's like 1862, if I believe. I could be wrong. I'm terrible with dates.
But yeah, that's about it. I don't know. We strayed away from it, but
we got a little history lesson.
We sure did. We straightened out when the aqueducts were made. When did germs become known? I always get those. 1880. No. By the end of the 1800s, the Measam theory was struggling to compete with the germ theory of disease.
Yeah, it took him a while to convince everybody, but the first time I think he saw it was before that.
They say old Louis. It was the crowning achievement of the French scientist Louis Pasteur.
Mm-hmm. Pasteurizing, there's germs.
Yeah, they said it was controversial.
That's why we call when you pasteurize something.
That's how I feel when people tell me about the aliens, B. Just like Louis Pasteur did when he was telling people about bacteria.
They're like, what?
Yeah, everybody's like, oh, what?
There's a world we can't see?
Yeah. Come on, you're crazy. How fucked up are you, Pasteur? You punk.
He's like, oh, he's drinking that vino again.
All I know about Pasteur is that he helped make cheese, B. No, I'm just kidding.
He's like, just stick a finger in a butthole, touch the milk, and then walk away from it. And a few days later, you'll have some steak.
That is not at all how the fuck that went down. Ew, that's grody. All right.
Hey, it'd be fungus.
Anything you want to rant about?
This cold.
Yeah.
That
there's no cure for the common cold?
No, there is. It's your body. And honestly, it was my fault.
Did you say your body's the cure for the common cold?
Yeah. I'm fighting it right now. Dude, there's an internal...
It's not a cure, though.
All right, you remember that scene in The Last Starfighter when he presses that red button and he does that weird spin and lasers go everywhere and he kills everybody? That's what I'm doing inside, except germs are everywhere. And
it's not really curing, though.
Well, then you're just battling it.
Yeah, you're just fighting.
Well, you don't want to cure that. You cure that, some crazy flu will come up. You want to cure polio, you want to cure cancer, you want to cure things like that. But the common cold is just going to be all the time.
I mean, it's one of those things that's always changing, though.
I hate it when people are like, "Oh, just go get vaccines." And no, if you just get sick 1 or 2 times a year or once a year, you have because now I'm going to have the antibodies. I'm not going to compromise my system again. I compromised my own system. Mm-hmm. What I did was wasn't sleeping enough. Mm-hmm. I'm working in a cold ass place, living in a cold ass place,
weren't wearing enough sweaters.
Weren't wearing enough sweaters, and then I had a couple drinks one night, and that's the next day. I was like, ooh, I fucked my own immune system up, and I have nobody to blame but myself.
Probably sweating and shit, doing tattoos, and then fucking
going outside
in the cold.
Yeah,
shit,
and plus, dude, once I get back from Vegas, man, I'm really putting those cigarettes down.
Yeah, for sure, B. Well, that sucks, man. God damn it. That's on
it's
me.
on me.
I set all of that up.
Yeah, that's what I was telling you. You should set this shit right on me. I was like, nah.
But you haven't hit anything.
Because it's not right on me. Because now it's back.
I'm the one who miscalculated my elbows. But to be honest, I'm the one. There you go. See.
So anyway, so that's our rant corner.
That's a rant corner. Pretty weak though. I'm glad our rant corners are getting weaker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But so what?
As far as guests are concerned, I want to give everybody an update on that. Obviously, we didn't have anybody for this week. No.
I think we don't need to do them every week. I mean, unless we start getting people every week. But what I'm saying,
that's eventually what I'd like to do.
Right, but we don't know that many people. We will. No. I was thinking
we don't know that many people. I was like, yeah. I guess we don't really know that many people.
Yeah.
Unless we started shooting it out of the tattoo shop. And then that way, every time somebody came in and wanted
Good luck, man. No. Good luck getting those old cats to be like, you're going to what?
Who? The Rocco and fucking Danny?
Well, Danny's always cool for up. Danny's up for whatever. But I don't know. Sometimes they're a little too cool for school. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
no. I'm just saying whatever. But anyway, so we have
next
just guest. A quick update
next week.
Yeah,
hopefully.
Because it's theme oriented in the sense that we have the next week's themes, which are going to be your buddy James, and what does James do?
James, he's a singer. He's a singer for that band Paper Jackets.
Paper Jackets. Do you have any of their music?
Oh, let me look it up. They're on the radio now.
All right, calendar. So
they're on the radio. I think they have a new CD out.
Nice.
They're doing really well.
So we're actually going to have him on the show, which is really cool. And that's going to be on the 28th of February. And we're going to try and make sure that one is posted immediately afterwards. And then the week after that, we are going to, and that's going to be March the 7th, we're going to be having Alfonso.
They only have one song on here. Let's see.
A little bit of Paper Jackets right here from
song called
Bodak Yellow.
Bodak Yellow.
Oh, it's a cover of Bodak Yellow.
Yeah, I don't know why this is their only single on here.
All right. Well, that's going to be pretty cool. I'm excited about that.
Because
I like guests.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out with the time.
All right. But, we for sure got to nail that down. And then, I just put my calendar away. And then on March the 7th, we're going to be having our buddy Alfonso, who helped us write The Shore. He's also a writer on his own right. A friend of ours. He's going to be here on the 7th. So that is going to be the next themes for the next couple of shows, guys. So if you only tune in for us to sit here and bicker like an old fucking couple, then skip the next 2 ones because we're going to be talking to other people like fucking professionals.
Yeah. But also, it depends on the person. Because I was thinking about that. I was like, James, I goof around with James, or I know I want to get Big Mike on here. He's in Australia right now. I want to get Big Mike on here, but he's a barrel of laughs. Like there's gonna be nothing. There's gonna be nothing.
But yeah, so there's that, and then let's see. All right, and that is pretty much it for those themes. But my theme that I've really been into, dog, recently.
Yeah.
It's fucking murders, dog.
I know, dude. You've been on a
murders, bruh. There's so much fucking murder. Motherfuckers are murdering motherfuckers. Play me some murder music, dog.
Well, it's not gonna be Paper Jackets.
All right. But anyways, if you guys haven't listened, which I'm sure that's 3 people that have that are listening to our show,
murder music,
have been listening to My Favorite Murder. That shit is fucking fire, B. Like, I can't, at first it was like, I At first it was like, I need to include more lady podcasters. Was my thought, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I just, like, there's some comedian guys that I can't listen to that I just don't dig their style. And the same thing applies for women.
It's
like,
just like,
there's
yeah.
some women that I just can't, like, really get on board with. Like, you know, but, bruh, man, there's so much murder out there.
I know. I can't listen. I mean, I like their podcast, but after a while, they're a little valley girl.
It's a lot of murder. I'm over the voices. It's just the amount of murder, man. Like, that be happening out there.
So do you like murder?
So here's my theme that I kind of wanna figure out, not figure out, but like, yeah, why are motherfuckers about that murder porn and shit? And it's women. It's all women. Like, it's all women.
What does that say about you?
That I love that shit, and I'm sensitive, dog, and I have empathy. You know what I mean? Like,
Empathy. I checked my car before I looked at the fucking dog.
that's empathy for me. You know what I mean? That's a real. Honestly, though, that's another thing too. That's a question for everybody. Do you check your car, or do you check the animal? Write in at binge on this gmail.com.
Yeah.
Right? Is that
Yeah.
it?
There's a .com at the end.
But why? Why, man? Is it because that's just primal?
I just think because it's not around, you don't see it. But, you know, I think 99% of the people who are way into that, as soon as they saw an actual murder, would lose their shit.
They wouldn't be about it?
No.
You don't think so?
I know so.
Right?
Yeah. No, like,
Because you seen a dead body?
I've seen several dead bodies, but I just mean to say nobody who's seen a dead body, like, just for example, someone who goes to war,
Right.
you know.
They don't come back and they're not hyped about war.
Yeah, they're not hyped about
I mean, the
it.
people who are stay in the military.
Well, they stay in the military, or it's a duty thing, and then
true gore.
but then the gore of it, yeah, that fucks people
But
up.
then why are there the people who wash that shit up and the people who are dealing with it? You know what I mean? Like, you have to be.
I just don't think, because like I've met people who've killed people, you know, in line of duty or for war. And they're not about, you know, like, they don't watch that. It seemed like it seemed like they were calmer, and like that's like,
Hey,
or they would watch something and watch a show and be like, that's not how
that
it would
was
go
my
down.
thinking too. But there's so many women who write in, or men or whatever, who are like, I'm a forensic pathologist. Like, this is my shit. Like, I fucking love murder.
Well, my half sister always wanted to be a mortician. Always, like, she loved dead bodies.
Problems,
well, that's what I mean. I was just like, what do you
her
mean?
dating game is whack. Her whack, dog. Like, that's a little whack. But no, man, like, there's a lot of people who are like women who are like, nah, like, I love this. Like, like, it's great. Like, and why? Tell me. Why, Sway? How, Sway? Sorry, that was my Kanye impression. Well, yeah, B, like, what's up? Do you like any murders, B?
I like.
There's no famous murders, Doc. I got one famous murder I wanted to talk about. I got mad famous murders.
Well, no. I mean, like, I don't know, man. Like, I'll watch the Ted Bundy thing, or I'll watch a thing on that, but I'll watch the thing on H.H. Holmes, and like, that's cool and all, but I'm not like, this is my jam.
I don't know why people are about it.
I don't know.
I got you.
I like sci-fi. I like sci-fi, and I like Law and Order and things like that
which is
X-Files.
crazy. You watch the fuck out of Law and Order, but you're not about real murders.
Well, no, again,
And Law and
I'm
Order
about
just
the real,
mirrors
like,
real murder.
like, and I
So
enjoy
you're a
it.
closet murder.
I enjoy it. It's just, it's not like I watched To Be a Murderer, that one, and that was cool.
Do you think it's because it's too real? Or not? Well, maybe not just that.
It doesn't affect me.
No,
it doesn't. It doesn't make my rocks go off.
Right. Okay. I guess
I can enjoy the show, and I can enjoy, like, oh, that's cool, but it's not like that's my jam.
Like How to Make a Murder. That's not.
I watched it. I enjoyed it, and I was like, hey, was it him? Was it him? Like, you know.
It does get a little macabre. Like, it's fucking heavy.
But then when I watch some things too, like as I'm watching it, I already know, because I've watched all the fucking murder things,
or like Cold Case Files and shit like that, and.
Yeah, I've watched, you know, and when I'm watching it, I'm like, oh, you know, was he raping him? Eating him? Oh, okay, he ate him. So was he touched when he was a kid?
Ends up being sort of the same, like.
It after a while, like profiling people works. There's a reason it works.
Because there's only so much murder. There's only so many ways you can murder someone. Like you can only.
The only thing that's cool about him is like the one you told me yesterday about like how he hatcheted that girl's arm.
That shit was wild.
And the arm was still there, and it freaked him out. And it freaked him out that her arm was still holding his arm. Like, I like hearing details like that because, like, to me, I'm like, oh, that's a detail of a murder. Like, or how people who go out to murder sometimes have to shit their pants because they're so nervous and adrenaline. The survivor stories. Yeah, and like, yeah, I don't know. I like those, but I'm not going out of my way to go watch these murder things. Like, no. If I'm listening to podcasts, you're listening to this murder stuff. I'm right now on a kick of listening to, I don't know how. Oh,
I had to pull back on the murder a little bit. I started listening to a whole nother one and like. But it's still there, though. I mean, I have it lined up, you know what I mean? It's fascinating, you know, and everybody goes through those ups and downs.
I'll probably go through a little bit where I go back onto, like, some murder podcasting and then, like...
Or, like, you go online and, like, you see the videos of, like, the people getting their heads chopped off and, like...
I don't like seeing that because it, like, physically, after a while, I get this ill feeling. Yeah. Not like I'm going to throw up, but, like, you feel kind of like there's something...
You get bummed out after a while.
Yeah, like, it bums you out. Yeah. But I watched, what was it the other day? People breaking legs, and that makes me cringe. But I was watching a compilation video because I was making me jump, and like it was like, oh my god,
that extra like little. I think that's what it is. You know what I mean?
It gives people something to react to.
It's like watching the Venezuelan prison stuff.
And I think most of the women who fucking like those murder things, lives are probably either boring or need some excitement.
Probably.
Or some good D, some good package.
Yeah, I mean that or
go do something like a little risque. Go. You and your boyfriend go to the park and like fuck in the car. Oh my god, we might be caught.
I think it's beyond that though.
I think it's the same.
I think it's just some people genuinely, not all of them. Like again,
maybe some people just want to be like, oh, what if I was in that situation of the victim, or what if I was the murderer?
That's probably a percentage of people who just listen to it because they're like, yeah.
Like for example, I was listening to Macaulay Culkin's podcast, and it's called Bunny Ears. It's funny, check it out.
That was the weakest endorsement ever.
Whatever. They were talking about how would you be a superhero or supervillain with powers, or like if you got powers, what would you do? And they were talking about powers and like, well, if I had this, I mean, like you could just do this or do that. And then the one dude was like, I realized when me and my girlfriend were playing this game, like everything I decide to do is a villain. I'd be a supervillain. Because I'd be like, well, I would do this, and she'd be like, honey, that's illegal. Right. You know. And then he realized like every power he got, he ended up being a supervillain, and he's like, I would go get money. If I was invisible, I could go to the girls' locker room, whatever it was. But it was always like a not good thing. Yeah. And meanwhile, she was always like, no, you know, like I would try to save this, or I would do this, or like if you're
people are different, people are weird.
But that's what I mean. So like, if you look at the full spectrum of like people who watch murder porn, I'm sure it's everywhere. Like, oh, it makes me horny.
Do this or you can't really pinpoint.
You know, so
it's like why someone likes to eat a sandwich. Like some people may like to eat a sandwich. For different
why don't they like the crust on it? Like I only like murder stories that involve when they eat the people.
Yeah.
Those are always crazy.
The thing you were hitting on though is like after a while there's only so many ways like that you can even eat someone. Like I heard so many stories like at this point.
Like you fed them. Okay. Oh, you know, you fed them to someone else,
or like you
fed their leg to them.
Did it in the stew.
You ate it.
Yeah, like there's only so eventually it just gets to the point where you're just like oh shit, like
you kept them alive as you skinned them to get more meat off of them, let them heal.
See, nobody does anything like that though. That's the stuff that I'd be like, oh, that's some horror.
I heard of that though. I heard of that where they keep people alive and they skin their strips of bacon off their back and keep them alive and cover it
because the meat's the freshest at that point.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I guess I'm just saying like now that I've hit sort of my wall, you know what I mean with it, because at this point, like I'm just sort of hearing it's just like. But what it is it's the circumstances that I'm noticing around the murder. I think is why it's so interesting to people like good genuine murder stories like the unexplained shit is always like the top notch stuff, and I think maybe that's more of maybe why people listen is they're taking a gamble on like, oh, this could potentially be like a story of why.
And I get upset at murderers that get caught in the dumbest ways.
Yeah, that just kind of
like Ted Bundy. Didn't he get caught because he was a shitty driver? He kept getting pulled over.
I mean, all types of people.
When you're fucking driving with shit, just go Do the speed limit, buddy. Stay between the lines.
Yeah, there was one dude who got pulled over because his license plate was off, and he had one of the bodies in the back of the trunk. Like, it's just like, if you're doing something illegally, anyone who's ever driven with anything illegally knows that you just follow the fucking speed limit and you just don't do anything fucking wild. But
yeah, but then they get sloppy. But I like the one killer who ended up turning himself in, that real big guy, that tall guy.
Oh yeah,
that helped.
He was wild.
Yeah, but how he put like clues down to like make them go different avenues in their investigation.
Different dude. That's the Green River Killer. That dude spent like 20 years murdering bitches and or prostitutes or whatever.
But I thought this guy did it too.
Nah, he just went out his way and just murdered motherfuckers. Like he killed his grandparents, and then he killed his mom, and then he killed like 2 random people, and then he was
a big motherfucker.
He cut off people's heads, and then
didn't he fuck his
head.
Yeah, didn't he fuck his grandmother's head?
You know what I'm saying? It was like banging heads and shit. But then once he killed his mom, he was like, I'm done. He was everything to that point had been built up
for
just to kill his mom. You know what I'm saying? And after that happened, he was like,
"But why did he stick his dick in her mouth?"
He just wanted to dominate.
Or was it in her mouth or a throat hole?
Whatever. I don't know. I didn't ask. I didn't write him a letter. I just know that he fucking did that shit. But I don't know. It was just really weird because it's so immensely popular, and it's just is it that many people?
It's taboo.
Have that?
It's just taboo. Humans like things that are wrong and
It's not wrong though.
What do you mean?
That shit just happens. Like I'm saying, obviously murder's wrong, but I'm saying like, you know what I mean? Like death just happens. Like
I'm saying it's wrong to go kill somebody.
Oh, you're saying that they're going in there because they get the rocks off about it.
Yeah, it's illegal. It's taboo. It's a taboo thing. You no one. How many people do you know murdered people?
Right, but I'm not. I mean, like 2, but I'm just saying. Like I'm not. I personally don't. Okay, for the majority of people, I guess that makes sense. That's answered my question. Maybe. Yeah, I guess the primal part of it.
Don't hurt yourself trying to say yeah.
Right. No, it's wrong. It's right. That's.
Why are you having such a hard time to say that murdering people is wrong?
I'm not saying that the murdering people is wrong. I think that's just like such a large blanket to throw.
Damn, you got like a spit thing on your
throw over it, you know. I know I got into it. Yeah, I guess that's such a weak excuse for it. I like the mystery of it. I like whatever, the murder part of it is the murder part of it, but like to me it's the mystery, man. It's like the people who are, you know, who do that, like dudes who just murk their whole family and then like disappear for 20 years and then come back. Like,
yeah, why'd they come back? I don't get that.
Like why? Like why? B, like that's so wild. It's so crazy. Like, so I mean, to me that maybe that's why. And yeah, you're right. It's attached to the wrongness of killing motherfuckers, I guess. But nah. For example, the story of fucking Fatty Arbuckle. You still have that same
spit thing. It's going from your bottom lip to your top lip, and you talk, and it stretches, and it goes back to your bottom lip, and you talk, and it stretches, and it goes back to your top lip.
You're so sick. You're finding everything all over the place.
Well, no, I'm talking. You know, I keep looking at it.
Poor baby.
You need a fucking chapstick.
Poor sick baby. Fatty Arbuckle. So fucking Arbuckle from the 30s, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much Buster Keaton made Charlie Chaplin, was a big, huge silent film guru. Yeah, from back in the days. But apparently, Homeboy had a big party, and one of those 1920s extra women who wanted to be in the films came and partied, and it was a bunch of people there in Jank. And then the next morning, dead. And so this boy, Fatty Arbuckle, had to go through the whole thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, they dragged his career. I mean, they destroyed him pretty much, you know? Nobody could hire him. He was blackmailed or blackballed. He went to court twice.
Yeah.
First time it was a hanged jury. Second time they showed up and they released him because they couldn't figure out what exactly happened. They said it was like her appendix burst or something. And then people were saying it was because Fatty was so big that when he laid on her, he crushed her appendix. like, you know, and then other people said that, you know, he raped her and then like killed her so that she wouldn't say. Like, that's crazy. And then they let him go and they're like, oh, okay, Fatty, peace. And then that's it. He dies. And they never, that's it.
Did her appendix burst?
I think something happened. Yeah, like when they did the autopsy on her, it showed that she had died. She was drunk because she was a fucking floozy. Not that she was a floozy. I'm just saying, like, I use that term as people who party back in the day, ladies and jank like that. But I don't know. They just couldn't they couldn't find enough evidence, you know, back in the day, Black Dahlia days, to pin it to old Fatty Arbuckle.
But if her appendix burst,
That's what I mean. Like, that's like a health issue. Like, that's not something he did. Like, you know, again, they were saying because he was so fucking big, he laid on top of her. And that's happened before, though. Like, where people have been either punched in there and it's busted up the liver or the spleen.
that's an impact.
Like, he was like, yeah.
Who mounts like that?
I'm not Fatty Arbuckle. I don't know. He died at the age of 46. That's fucked up, dog. Well, I mean, he was all fat and shit. But anyways, yeah, they said he said that he raped her. That's why it led to the injuries. Other people said that he may have involved a Coca-Cola bottle or a champagne bottle, and doing some wicked jank. But other people were like, no, he was just trying to help her out.
So your theme for today is what now?
My theme's murder, dog.
I see that.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm into right now. That's what I'm into. But famous murders like Phil Spector. What you know about Phil Spector, dog?
Nothing. I don't care.
Nothing.
I don't
You
give
don't
a
know
fuck.
nothing about Phil Spector.
I don't give a fuck about Phil Spector.
You don't know nothing about Phil Spector?
No, I'm looking at real world shit.
Oh, what? I made Phil Spector up?
Well, no, like future stuff or things now. I'm not like just dwelling on the past. I did my history.
Okay.
I know when my aqueducts were made.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. I mean,
No, but who's Phil Spector? What happened?
Phil Spector's just a recording producer guy who allegedly killed that lady, and then he got off that first go around, and then they recently got him back in 2009.
Who's that Democrat dude who fucking was injecting gay black dudes and doing weird things with him? Remember recently? Yeah, just recent. We were talking about it.
Not with me.
Yeah, there was this like a Democratic some politician dude here in West Hollywood, and a couple years ago, a black man was found in his house dead, skinny.
Oh shit! That disappeared fucking super quick.
Yeah, and then the second one was this other black dude, but he would just inject them with meth until they wasted away. Yeah, and there was a picture of him, the dude. Bro. They're doing drugs. He's in his underwear. This house is just a disaster. It looks like a drug den, and it's
like a Saw house,
dude. But
like a Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
No, it's just
house.
like laundry everywhere, and he's got this dude, and he liked them in overalls or under the thermals. He liked them in thermals to sit there and
long johns.
Yeah, and he would just inject them with meth all fucking day and not feed them. And then
fucking wild.
Yeah, but that guy, I don't know. They disappeared that real quick.
Yeah, that should, like Pizzagate, that shit disappeared overnight. There's that dude in Virginia who had buried a container, a steel container, like you know, the shipping container down below the ground, and he had been kidnapping people and keeping them down there. You know what I'm saying, for months and shit. And the reason that they found him was they tracked Homegirl's phone to the area, and then when they went in there, you know, he was being super suspicious, and so the cops were like, let's get a warrant. And then they got a warrant, and then they showed up, and they heard Homegirl banging on the dish on the thing with her hands, and she was like, oh man, and then they went down there.
Yeah, second death, more accusations, sharpen focus on Ed Buck, California Democratic mega donor.
Say it again, Ed Buck.
Ed Buck.
Murdering gay black men.
Dude, and I saw the picture. It was fucking horrendous.
Scary stuff.
Yeah, it's just sad. Like he's sitting there.
That's
fucking,
a bummer.
Yeah, just.
That's fucked up. See? There's fucked up people, B. There's fucked up people out there, man.
Yeah, and there's pictures of him with his wife and doing like, you know, that
BTK
politician
shit.
stuff, and then like, yeah, then going back to some spot and injecting, killing people.
Oh, fuck! Can I rant real quick? Can I go back?
Bring it back?
Yeah, can I bring it back since you're scared by the murders? Hey, fuck the Boy Scout rule for the girls now.
What do you mean?
I'm gonna stand by this one. I may retract it next week. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
That they're letting girls in?
What the? Why? Who the? They literally created the Girl Scouts for that fucking purpose.
Yeah.
They created the fucking Ranger Scouts for older kids to join as a unisex combo. Like, all of this has already been handled. Why?
Because they're saying the Girl Scouts don't have the same stuff
So
as the Boy
fucking
Scouts.
change the fucking system.
Yeah.
Yo, what the fuck? Don't mess with that fucking. And I can say that because I'm a fucking
But
Eagle
the
Scout.
issue started. Yeah, you are an Eagle Scout.
I am an Eagle Scout. Me
I
and
was,
Bill
I was a
Clinton.
Weebelo. That was about it.
That's cool too. We still family. Look. Here's my thing, and I don't care. Fuck you guys. I got some of the strongest sisters out of this motherfucker, and I would tell them the exact same thing.
It's the Boy Scouts.
It is the Boy Scouts.
But what if you had a transgender kid?
Fuck. What do you mean? What?
Like he was born with both.
And they were like, "Is it okay? Hold up, let's run some scenarios. B, hit me with some scenario music." Nice scenario corner.
So
what, is my kid transferring from lady?
No, not transferring. They're just born that way. It's not a transfer. You're not just changing your sex.
Hey, I feel you. That's good.
You know.
Hey, you're on it.
You're not-
Hey, brought to you by political correctness up in this motherfucker.
No. Because there's people who change, and there's people who are born that way.
Let me break it down. I'm gonna be the uneducated portion of the table.
Yeah.
Hey, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Find me at my PO box. Okay. I nail my lady. My lady pops out what? A little boy or a little girl?
And see, that's the issue. Is that
That's
as a baby,
cool for me. As
you don't
an
know.
uneducated guy, as your dad, you're my little baby.
They could have two
have
sexes.
You come out?
They
do
could
you
have two
a
sexes.
Penis or have no penis? That's just my question.
Penis and vagina.
No, so like an actual like mutant, like
Hermaphrodite.
a mutant baby. That's not a transgender. You're saying if my son
Transgender?
was transgender. You're saying if my child came out as a
Well, because
hermaphrodite.
let's say you came out as a hermaphrodite, right?
Okay, so then
it's your job to choose.
I like this.
You choose
okay.
girl.
Okay. So I choose girl, and they cut the penis and the little balls
Yeah.
off and everything.
And then
do you tell the kid? Is that?
Well, no, you don't say anything, but you
never
notice
tell
at
the
5-6 years old that the kid is a boy. You're like, no shit, it's a boy with like girl parts.
Oh, that's a good fucking situation, B.
So that's what I'm saying.
That's a Black Mirror episode.
That's
new-
real
that's
life.
some new
It's
peel.
happened.
That's some new fucking.
It's there.
That's scary.
But I think that nut balls to sick. No, that little kernel has started to. What if they're transgender? Because there are kids that are 8 years old that are
That's
boys
such a unique situation
that are
though, 'cause
so flamboyantly
at
gay.
that point you have to be like, look, here's the reason why you're feeling this particular way.
Yeah.
You were born. You were.
but in this political correctness age, like you can't tell them like, well, you can't be a Boy Scout, honey. Like you don't have the tools.
No. That comes back. Like that comes back much further. Like you don't like that situation in itself. I'm hoping in that particular case has already been addressed way at the beginning because once someone I'm hoping you have a relationship with a child at that point can come up to you and be like, hey, I feel a certain way about something, or hey, Jimmy's cute, or you happen to notice something within that vein. As a responsible fucking adult, at that point, you should be like, let's sit down and have an actual talk, little homie. Like,
Yeah.
you're not a chick. Like, I mean, well, you're not. You were. See, you set it up right. You go, look, I'm gonna be honest with you, Tiny.
We had to choose, and we chose wrong.
I guess whatever we chose wrong, we didn't choose right. Whatever. Here's the situation. You were born with two things. Me and Daddy had to figure out what to do. We flipped a coin. I'm gonna keep it real with you. You have a vagina.
Okay, I get that, but what does it have to do with the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts?
So what I'm saying, what it has to do with the original question is you switched it on me. You said a transvestite and a hermaphrodite. For a transvestite, we may have to look at the proper definition so we don't fuck anything over. But I believe like a
Transgender. Transvestite.
So,
I thought a transvestite is the one
this
that
good.
with
This
the
is education hour. I like it. This is education hour.
I thought transvestite was someone
Let's
with
educate
a dress.
each other. So a
man with
transgender, right? Is okay. Let's start with transgender. So a transgender is somebody who is.
What do I look up? Trans definitions.
Yeah, let's do that way. So a transgender is somebody who is like, I'm a man trapped in a woman's body, right? And then a transvestite is somebody who has begun the change or is attempting to take hormones and is attempting to change their sex.
A trans woman is sometimes trans woman or trans whatever, is a woman who was assigned male at birth.
Not trans woman. Well, does it say transgender or does it just break down like?
Transgender, I got it. Transgender, trans, an umbrella term for people whose gender identity differs from the sex they were assigned at birth.
Okay. So
the term transgender is not indicative of gender expression, sexual orientation, hormonal makeup, physical anatomy, or how one is perceived in daily life. The term transgender is not indicative of gender expression.
Like that statement, maybe I'm an idiot.
Did that just go back on itself?
Yeah.
Did it just go back on itself?
No, that's how I read it.
Yeah, because now it's just like, but it's not.
Yeah.
Or it is indicative. I don't know. What?
Oh, okay. All right, hold on.
I don't know. But no, I get you because like
denoting or relating to a person whose sense of personal identity and gender does not correspond with their birth sex, i.e. a transgender activist and author. So a dude who believes or who feels and is a woman trapped in a man's body.
But see, look, again, that does not you hear about those 40-year-olds that one day they're like, I'm a girl and
Bruce
then
Jenner.
and then change all the way. I believe that, unless it's like they've been suppressing it forever, is he needs to go see a psychiatrist. He needed to see a psychiatrist before doing any of that. He needed to get help. I believe I've known people when I was a kid. I've seen kids. You're like, you're a 12-year-old boy, and that motherfucker is gay. Like you can tell they're so flamboyantly gay, and they're 12 years old. They didn't learn it from anywhere. They've just been that. They preferred to go towards the dolls. They like pink. They talked a little and they were more, Then I get it because you were born that way. Those are two different things. I don't think
maybe those people have been suppressing it for 40 years, you know what I mean?
Not when you've been a fucking Olympic star, you've had wives, you're a man's
even worse,
man.
Though. If anything, that's the biggest cover up of all. I've probably been suffering that whole time.
So go cut your dick off?
I'm not.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like right there, they should have been like, dude, that's been a long time. Don't explode. Let's get you some, let's slowly get, you know what I mean?
Hey, I feel you.
There's right ways to do this. Now, people who are trying to change the sex of their child, it's gotta, I'm against it, like 99%.
Real quick, hold on. Coming in, transvestite is a person, typically a man who derives pleasure from dressing in clothes.
Yeah, that's what I told you. Transgender.
So which is the one where
your gender, transvestite. Think of a vest. You're changing vests.
So who's the one where they're actually changing sexual orientation?
Again, that comes down under the transgender umbrella.
I'm so confused.
Yeah,
this
they said transgender, an umbrella term for people whose gender identity differs from the sex they were assigned at birth. Okay, that's kind of a broad term. So they could have been girl, boy. They could have been super gay. But no one knew. Their brain is a female. Their body's a male.
Yeah.
The term transgender is not indicative of the gender expression. So, like, it doesn't matter what they express. They could still be transgender.
And then
sexual orientation, they have a dick, but they might be a girl. Hormonal makeup. Okay, you're a man. You have hormones or testosterone, but you're really a female. Physical anatomy or how one perceived in daily life. So every day I was like, no, he's a dude. And then one day you're a chick. You're like,
because these definitions are all over the place. Be like transsexual is showing
I'm just
up.
doing the first thing.
No,
that
not
up
you.
on
I'm saying I'm looking up on my side too.
Trans student education resources is the first thing that pops up on Google.
Like transsexual, a person who emotionally and psychologically feels that they belong to the opposite sex.
Yeah.
Which is the same as transgender.
Or gay.
Or all over the place, but whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways.
I just think it's, again, a very colorful... we're talking about Boy Scouts.
Hey, fuck the... All right. Hey, fuck the Boy Scouts. Okay, you're right. Back. Okay, so we come back. So
let's say you have a kid that's... like, it's clear as day. I'm not saying, because now they have an all-girls troop in the Boy Scouts. It makes no sense. Those are girls. What I'm saying is, if you have a boy...
Okay.
Or a girl...
Okay.
But
and my little girl is telling me I feel like a guy.
No, you can tell. They don't need it. You could tell if you have a boy or a girl. It doesn't matter what skin they're in. That's what I'm saying. I've seen boys that are completely girls, but they're in a boy body. And I've seen girls.
Some statements, B.
Dude, you said it yourself. Your sister. You're like, she's always been a tomboy. She's always been that one. She's always you knew.
Oh, well played, Space
That's
Captain.
what I'm saying, bro.
Maybe we're so maybe we're so narrow-minded that you and me look at it like that, though, that where we can just do like a broad brush.
Well,
like
no,
that
but
into
what
it.
I'm saying is, it's like I've seen. You could look at them.
For sure. That's judging a book by its cover, though.
No, you're judging a book by if it's your kid. You don't just your kid. You know,
Or
in and
anybody
out.
in general is what I'm saying. Like you could be what.
I've seen a fucking flamboyant ass gay kid, and I'm like, yeah, he's gay.
right.
I've had friends where I'm like, he's gay, and he doesn't know
I
he's
had
gay.
2 kids that were younger than me that I used to be in Boy Scout with, and they were little homies. They were like 12, and they always slept together in the tents, and they were like little homies.
Yeah.
And so we were always like,
That's different. Now,
Well-
if they were both like playing with flowers and liking girl things and
Well,
and
it was
and not,
at that
not-
time. It wasn't like you and me hanging out like we were homies
but
setting fire. To
they
shit,
didn't.
like-
They weren't good with the other kids in sports. You could
Yeah.
tell. They're usually also. I've noticed they're usually kind of like the weaker ones. I've never seen a big buff like in grade school.
Let's rein it in because we're saying a whole bunch of wild jank.
No, I'm just
don't
saying,
want us
like,
to come
when
back.
have you seen like?
Well, here, hold on. What I'm saying is, when they grew up, one of them was completely straight and the other one was gay, and like you couldn't. I guess at that point at time when you're 12, like I couldn't. You would have either assumed that both of them are going to be gay or neither of them. Are gonna be gay.
I feel like gay.
But anyways,
gay's a little harder when it's 12. But like I've seen him young, and you're just like, oh, he's gay, and that's just all it is. I'm like, oh, he's gay.
All right, so my little kid, I know that she's a boy or wants or is a man or is gay or is whatever. Because now because I feel like the original question went from what if your child was a transvestite or a transgender, and then it turned into what if your child was gay or.
But it comes down to that, because if your kid is transgender and wants to join a scout, the girls aren't going to take him, the boys aren't going to take him. And that was my thing from the get go. Was like,
Why wouldn't the girls take him though?
oh, what do you mean?
Because it's a little girl, right? It's a little girl who feels like a boy.
Yeah.
And what she wants is to participate in scout activities.
Yeah.
The Boy Scouts can't do anything for her. So,
But again, to
because
me,
this
it's
is where the originating
transgender. I
story-
don't care if they're gay or like. Again, in my opinion, if you're gay or lesbian, child,
But look
you should
beyond
still
that.
go towards your girl group
Yeah.
and your boy group, and that's the only reason is because those are the groups that were created. There are groups in the middle that are for that,
Right, like the Ranger Scouts.
Yeah.
So here's my thing, right?
Or there's another one that's not a Cub Scout.
So let's just say your child, regardless of their sexual orientation, wants to join the other group for whatever particular reason. I don't care whatever they believe, because that's what it boiled down to. The little girl who wanted to join her Boy Scout group said that she wanted to do it was because the Girl Scout group wasn't providing her with what she needed.
If it's just a girl who wants to join the Boy Scouts, you got to show her reality. You got to be like, I'm sorry, girl, but in life there are rules.
And you got to change that particular system, the Girl Scout system, into whatever you want.
If it's because the Girl Scout system sucks, then
Change
the Girl Scout system. If you just want to join the Boy Scouts because the Boy Scout system's better, it's like, again, sorry, but it's the Boy Scouts. I get that. But then if you're going to tell me if there's a hermaphrodite or trans, like a kid that you're like, oh. Like,
So at that point I come in and I go and I explain to the parents at the Girl Scouts, hey, it doesn't. I even tried to play it out of my head, and
you'd have to explain it. You'd have to have it would have to be a known thing.
Yeah, sweetie, you want to join the Boy Scouts?
And actually, it could also be a very educational thing for the kids if you show them like people are born different.
And I think at that point, as a parent, you would have to take it upon yourself. Like, there would be 2 avenues. You either take it to the Boy Scouts and be like, you guys need to let my daughter in, or you go to the Girl Scouts and be productive and go, hey guys,
let's fix
we're
this.
Clearly not doing what we originally tried to do in this.
No, they're just
like,
all they're trying to do is sell cookies. That's the Girl Scouts, get badges and sell cookies.
You really took it into a weird direction.
What do you
man.
mean?
Like you brought it into the tranny, like transgender thing. Like, and
You brought it up.
I was just talking about the.
But that was the whole issue.
I didn't. I wasn't. You cracked that nut. I was just asking, like you took it to.
But you're asking me why they did it, and it's that reason.
Right. No, I just no. I mean, it's a whole nother thing. You cracked a whole nother nut. It was interesting. It was a great nut.
I get it, but I don't understand what you brought it up.
No, all I brought up from my rant corner was that they had to make the Boy Scouts do something completely different for a girl, regardless of whatever.
It started because of letting transgender kids Or
No, it started because the little girl wanted to join Boy Scouts.
how many years ago was that?
Maybe like 2 years ago. And she wanted to join Boy Scouts and they wouldn't let her. And they were like, you're in Girl Scouts. And she was like, the Girl Scouts aren't doing what I want to do. They're like, I'm sure there are cases where there have been transvestite children or even scout leaders I've read about who are transvestite or gay who haven't been allowed to join the Boy Scouts, which is a whole different thing. That's not within this vein. Like, that's fucked up to me. Like, I don't want to... I mean, again, I don't want to deal with that. Like, but my focus here is that the Boy Scouts the Boy Scout organization was forced to bend their rules rather than the Girl Scouts changing their internal system.
Yeah, well,
and to me, that's fucked up.
Because in this, I feel like in today's society, it feels like if anyone's gonna change, like it's the boys. The boys have to compromise.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I always feel. I always feel like that.
Yeah, you're my soundboard when it comes. What's great about the Rant Corner is everybody becomes a soundboard because we're here in almost like a solitary booth where we're just like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense. All you're doing is fucking complicating things.
I think it's actually hurting the Girl Scouts.
It is. It's hurting the Girl Scouts. Like, it doesn't benefit anybody. Like, it does not benefit.
I don't know. They said the competition is on, so it might actually make them get better.
So fucking stupid. So stupid. So that's my fucking... Yeah, but no, that was a juicy nut, dog. That's when you reach into a bag of peanuts and you get an almond and you're like, what the fuck? Like, why? Like,
you get a walnut, man.
You just tuck it in. It was, but that's such an interesting avenue to look at because, man, like, what do you do at that point? Like your little homie. Like, but to me, my move at that point is like, little dude, like, don't worry, what we'll do, lady, homie. But, we'll change the system together on the inside. Like,
sorry about that.
No, you're good.
The thing people are trying to hide their kids from, like, it's okay to explain to your child, like, you can't join that.
Yeah.
It's all right.
It's not wrong to tell people no.
Okay. You're allowed. I can't join things. There's a lot of things I can't join. Am I crying?
Yeah, like, we can't, like, if we started a petition to try and join, like, a power yoga thing or an all-women's gym, like, do you know how quickly we would get fucking shot down? Like, how quickly we would get fucking laughed at, dog?
Yeah.
Like, and that's to me is...
And there's not even a rule that says, that says, oh, what, you can't do yoga here? It's like, it's not like women's yoga. Like, yoga doesn't say, you woman-ga. It's not
I'm
woman
saying if the gym in itself is like, this is an all-woman gym.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, people would... But we're talking about it from two dudes, you know? Obviously.
Well, now there's big dude organizations that women are in. I mean...
It's crazy.
I heard there were women priests.
Fuck, really?
No, okay.
Oh man, it's whatever. I don't want to. I went too deep into the rant corner. Where do we go from the rant? Why did I interrupted something?
I don't know. Let's talk about
murders
the news.
And shit. Dog,
yeah,
we were talking about.
Should we talk about the news?
I mean, if you want, you can just. I mean,
well, we kind of talked about it.
10 minutes or something. I mean, there isn't really anything interesting in the news for me. I mean, there's like, I don't know. There really isn't. I don't know. I'm trying to take a step back from the news corner.
Yeah, well, the news is Trump. Roger Stone, I like that guy. As much as I hate him and as evil as he is, he's I don't know, kind of like, you know when you root for the villain sometimes in a movie? He's like that villain I root for. I don't know what it is about him that I'm like, there's something about that guy that I'm like, oh, you're so slimy, but fuck.
Yeah, well, it's that murder thing.
It's not
to watch people do bad
It's
things.
Not Trump. Like, you know, like you look at Trump, you're like, oh, you're just kind of a scumbag. You don't like him. Like, you don't, there's nothing about him. But Roger Stone, there's like that coolness to him that's like, you're like, oh, you're kind of cool and evil.
Nice. I mean, other than that, I can't really. I mean, there's
that dumbass that lied, and let's see what else.
They're really. I mean, we can. I mean, they're really. I mean, they're really.
Why?
You know that's important that I've seen. I mean, I'm sure there's a whole bunch of important things happening in
Firewall at Yosemite stuns visitors.
With the wall. You know, that they're trying to build. Trump's trying to take. I mean, yeah, man. There's whatever.
It's all the same thing. It's just it's continuing right now.
That's about it. I really
the
don't
wall.
see anything important here. Cannabis may pose a long-term risk to the alcohol industry.
Oh yeah, you schooled me the other day in something. I was like, "Fucking Trump, piece of shit, fucking cutting out."
Oh yeah,
the highway
Tried
money.
To fucking take credit for.
Yeah, and then he's like, yeah, I just because they California and some states sued him, he decided to stop funding for this giant, massive thing in California, freeway thing, or like a
Well, it's a light rail.
light rail, yeah.
It's like a rail.
And like in The Simpsons, you know.
But it was
But you know, yeah. Then he took, and then you're like, no, man, that happened like over a month ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? And he just took credit for it.
Crazy, right? And you said something during it. You were just like, wow, that's like so petty. And I'm like, yeah, like who do you like? Yeah, what are we dealing with right now? Like a petty dude, like.
Well, not just petty. What the fuck was the word? I said something like, yeah, he's just. But man, he jumps on any option he can. He jumps on all the options.
He goes for it. It's impressive. St. Pierre retired.
George St. Is that why I've been seeing a lot of him today?
Yeah.
Good for him, man. Because I was a little worried about his brain.
Yeah, I don't know. He seems pretty.
But did you see Khabib send him a message?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It was like a couple days ago. He's like, I'd love to fight you any weight division.
Look, that'd be baller.
And I look up to you.
Him or Tyrone Woodley, that would be a sick fight.
Yeah. He said, send me location.
Yeah, he did.
That's his thing. He said, send me location. I fight there. Khabib, man, that guy.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. In the news, that's pretty. I mean, again, we could scroll through this meme and jamma.
I know.
Obviously the Oscars are coming up, so they've already got. I don't know. Is it out here because they blocked Hollywood off? So Hollywood's blocked off.
Oh, the bassist from the Monkees died.
Oh, really?
Yeah, today.
I don't know who that is.
Hey, with the Monkees.
I know the Monkees. I just don't know the bass.
Oh, you don't know the Monkees like I do.
Obviously not. But you don't even know who Homeboy was. Phil Spector.
After more than 30 years, Spike Lee is finally getting his Oscar, they're saying.
I hear it was a good movie.
I heard mixed reviews. RoboCop returns. Director Neil Blomkamp doesn't seem like a fan of KFC's new RoboCop ads. Mm-hmm. Oh, it was a RoboCop. You fuckers.
All right.
Got me there. I was excited. I love RoboCop.
There you go. There's a little bit of news there for you guys if you wanna check everything else out. Go online, check it out yourselves. We're not CNN. We're not Deadline.
Fox News.
Woman dies after eating at Michelin-starred restaurant. Spanish authorities say 28 others suffered food poisoning after dining at Riff in Valencia.
Oh, you know who was right up the street? I sent a picture they went to Corky's.
Oh, yeah. David Koshner and Rainn Wilson.
Yeah, I was like, oh, shit.
Disney and other companies reportedly suspend YouTube ads over news of a pedophile network.
Nice. Did you ever see one of those YouTube weird pedophile things?
Yeah, where it's like little kids and shit on the fucking
video.
video.
I was listening to what's his face talk about it. What's up, you beautiful people? I don't know. That guy's name. That's how he starts off his podcast.
PewDiePie?
Does he start off with what's up, you beautiful?
I don't watch any of the
David Franco?
Dave Franco?
Anyway, he was talking about it, and I looked into it like he was talking
Philip
about
DeFranco.
Philip DeFranco. Thank you. It was like bugging me. But so then I went and checked it out, and like, yeah, it was like this lady breastfeeding her kid, but she'd sit a little weird so you could see her underwear, and you're like,
weird shit.
What the fuck?
YouTube. Remember back in the day, like when YouTube had like a 10-second or a 10-minute fucking like you couldn't post anything more than 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
Rating with stars. Like there was a lot of weird shit getting put up on YouTube at that time.
Yeah.
There was a lot of weird shit.
Yeah, because people, it was just new. It was
like this murder, right? So.
Dissus and Mero get fucking on Hot Ones. It's gonna mess them up.
All right. But that's it. Then let's do a quick game corner.
All right.
And play some game corner music.
All right. Well, here before you get the game corner going.
Sorry for the silence. I'll fill it in. All right.
Oh man, my nose.
All right. Welcome to Game Corner, you fucking cunts.
Oh, easy.
Sorry, guys. Sorry, I got a little aggressive there. All right. So today's Game Corner is Who Said It? Yes, Who Said It? The world-renowned game created by Hasbro back in 1942 Originally distributed through the armed forces during the rush on Stalingrad, they were able to play this game. All right. So what we're going to be doing today is you're going to be hearing a couple of quotes.
And then who said it?
And you're going to have to decide who said it.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yep.
All right. Now, I'm going to start you off.
Hello. Oh, I think my headphones are starting to go out on me.
Oh, yeah. I'll fill in this silence with
Hello.
Ditty.
Yeah.
Hey-o, play with the little round thing at the bottom.
No, it's not that. It's this.
Oh, it's that side.
Yeah.
You sure? Because the same thing was happening to me, and I had to twist it around a little bit. And
This
like,
thing? I don't know. I was playing with this.
Yeah, because it's a chord, you know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
yeah, there we go.
All right. Here we go.
I just realized I had no audio in my fucking
No
headphones.
audio. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Yeah. Let us resolve to be masters, not the... Oh, shit. All right. So it's going to be either famous presidents or famous authors.
Man, they're gonna be so eloquent in both.
Yeah,
of them. It's gonna be hard to tell each other apart.
You're going to be all right, dog. I believe in you.
I won't make it.
You're going to be all right, dog. You're going to be all right. All right, here we go. Let us resolve to be masters, not the victims of our history, controlling our destiny without giving away to blind suspicions and emotion.
Okay.
You got 5 seconds.
That's a president.
Nice.
That's a president. That's an uplifting speech
That's
if I've
John
ever heard
F.
one.
Kennedy.
Yeah, I think I knew that one.
All right.
I think I heard that speech. Because I listen to presidents. Dude, I don't know what's going on with the clapper.
Let's see. Before anything else, preparation is the key to success.
That's it?
Before anything else, preparation is the key to success.
Why would an author write that? That's a president.
No, that was an author.
For what?
For a gentleman named Graham Bell.
Oh.
It's all right. Well, how about this? I'll just make it a famous. Well, not a. Well, no, well, you know what?
How about you say a sentence?
You know what? How about a science? What we'll do is we'll be presidents and scientists. That way you can differentiate between. No, because then that'd be too easy. You know what? I'm gonna keep playing the way I want to play.
Oh, Jesus.
Here we go. All right. When you are in any contest, you should work as if there were, to the very last minute, a chance to lose it.
I'm sorry?
When you are in any contest, you should work as if there were, to the very last minute, a chance to lose it.
Were you in any? If you were in any contest, you would. You would what?
So when you are in any contest, you should work as if there were, to the very last minute, a chance to lose it. So that's either.
It's another. I mean, it could be a space race. It could be a nuke race.
So that's either a president
or an author. I say it's a president.
Nice. That was Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Yeah, that sounds like, yo, we are going up against people.
That's why I'm going to switch up to some more scientists saying some shit, because that sounds... I'm making it all sound... Every time I read a president, you can tell in my voice, I'm like, they are the one.
I don't know, man. The other one sounded like a...
Okay. Here we go. Two things are... I like... See, there you go. Is it strange that only extraordinary men make the discoveries which later appear so easy and simple? Is that a president or a scientist?
Say it again?
Oh, shit. I moved past it. The music got me. Is it strange that only extraordinary men make the discoveries which later appear so easy and simple?
Oh, man, I want to say president so bad. Would an author talking about...
Well, scientist or an author?
Oh,
or a scientist or a president?
Fucking scientist.
Scientist?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a scientist.
You didn't even know?
Well, I keep on scrolling past it a little bit. It was a German scientist. That was a little easy, though, because that was, about discovery. All right, we'll do one more. All right, here we go.
One more?
Falsity an intellectual action is intellectual immortality.
Falsity. Read it.
Falsity in intellectual action is intellectual immorality. Oof, that one's a little tough.
That put me to sleep.
That's a mouthful. That could go either way.
Yeah. Scientist.
Yeah, it's a scientist. Thomas Chamberlain. He was an influential geologist who founded the Journal of Geology. Ooh. All right, I got one more. I pity the man who wants a coat so
I pity the fool. I know that one.
I pity the man who wants a coat so cheap that the man or woman who produces the cloth will starve in the process.
President.
Did Little Pump say that? Or a president?
President.
Ooh, sorry, Little Pump said that.
Yeah?
No, that's a fucking president. Well, I think next time what I'll do is I'll have to come up with quotes from people who sound the same, but are two different fucking people. And that was Game Corner. Bit of a weaker Game Corner because we went over our time limit. We were actually talking about transvestites and shit like that. And then,
For a long fucking time, huh?
wow, which again, I'm really surprised that you
Why do we keep talking about transvestites?
that you brought that
Murders, transvestites, and what else?
That was crazy. You threw that curveball. And I didn't know
Bro,
what to do.
the whole thing was like that, though. Like, what would you do if that came in?
No, that was good. No, you took it the next step. I was like, no. Sometimes you gotta hear that.
But all right. Well,
So that's it. We did it.
I felt like I wish I was
End
a little.
of episode 7.
I wish I was a little livelier. This head thing is killing me.
Hopefully you guys got your fill of transgender, murder, mystery,
Yeah, we talked about a few
presidential quotes.
things. Yeah, a little bit of
As
corner.
always, thank you very much to the listener. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
to
everybody.
our producer Jane.
Yeah, who's been really helping me?
Thank you very much to everybody who has found us. Do your best to download, rate, review, share. Hopefully by the time you listen to this, we're going to be on iTunes, Spotify,
Yeah, like us.
Gazoogles. We're going to be on...
Do stuff to us.
The Kashwanka channel. We're going to be on the Sloopy Boops. You know,
The Sloopity Boops.
We're going to be on a lot of stuff, so make
Skiddly
sure that
Ups.
you download. And for everybody who
Sizzle
listened to
Gene
this as
Chest.
their first episode, go back and listen to the other ones. Go out and check out the rest of the videos that we have on our YouTube channel. We put up some fresh stuff there recently, so we would really like it for you guys to go check it out. Do us a favor and drop a little comment. And just what else? I think that's it, right?
Just like, subscribe, and follow us, guys. All right.
All right, guys. Take
figure it
care.
out.
Dream the dream of 1,000 dreams.
Later.